Shalom, family. How's everybody today? I know it's been a minute before I've been on here. I've just been kind of busy, keeping up with things. But, you know how that go. So, today, family, I just want to ask, have this stuff got real enough to you yet? We still have brothers and sisters, whether they know they're Israel or not, thinking this thing is going to turn around. It's going to go back to normal, whatever normal means to them. It's never been normal for us for over 400 years. But they think it's going to go back to this pre-pestilence, that come about last year. And it's just not true. Even the people that's up in high places are telling you it's not going back. You're still going to have to wear a mask. You're still going to have to social distance. Everything. Nothing's going to change, whether you get the shot or not. So it's never going back. It's going to only increase and get worse. And eventually, as you can see by some of these articles, it's going to begin to be forced upon you. Not right now. Although it has begun to be that in Israel right now. Which brings me to question, if those are truly the people of the book, then why are they going through that? Because from what we read, when we go back into the land, we're not going to be bothered with none of this. We're going to live in peace and safety. And no one will ever make us afraid. So something's wrong with that picture. Their own government is oppressing them. And that's just not the way it's going to be when the people return. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make it to where those who don't want to participate in Sunday worship or what else? Getting the shot, going along with the gay rights, just everything that opposes the Most High's word. If you don't go along with it, they're going to say that you're being unpatriotic. And they're going to come after you. Does that remind you of something, family? You ever heard of the Inquisition? Well, we're about to face something like that again. But I believe the Most High will save us from it in whatever way He chooses. And I know, family, we're tempted to. I know I have. We're tempted to pray, for the day of the Most High. The day of YAH. But we just can't do that, family. We can't pray for that day. Because I know we're tired of this mess and we're ready for it to just end. We just better not pray for that day. Because even us who love the Most High and follow Him will even be shaken. Though He will shield us from it, we still would be shaken because it's going to be something else. The flood wasn't anything. He only used one part of nature to do that. Everything's going to happen this time. Earthquakes, stars falling out the sky, sun and moon turning dark, and it's just going to be real awesome, family. So we can't pray for that day. All right? So we better remind ourselves of just how that's going to be. So let's start with Revelation chapter 8. And let's see. And it says, I think this is Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour. And I saw 7 angels which stood before YAH, and to them were given 7 trumpets. You know, when that happens, it says it's going to be silence in heaven for about a space of an hour. And that means something very terrible is finna to happen when everything gets silent in heaven. Well, so I don't know, family. I don't think we want to pray for that. You know, and there are going to be some of us who are still alive when that happens. And you'll get to see it firsthand. And trust me, you'll even be shaken. And knowing that the Most High has his protection and arms around you, but you're still going to watch it. And it's going to be frightening. Revelation chapter 9, verse 20 and 21. It say, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils, idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Verse 21 says, neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their theft. See, the wicked that's plotting all these things against people, especially us, Israel. They have very wicked plans for us, you know, because we're not going to abide by these laws they put out and go along with the wickedness. So we're going to be treated as domestic terrorists. You know, we have people in the White House that say, you know, the Most High has nothing to do with this. You know, he's not even included in the plan. I know you've seen the article that was posted in this video. Say he don't have nothing to do with this. We're not referring to the Bible or the Most High. See, that's pure wicked people, man. These are demonic people. You know, they could care less. See, these people think that they're going to bring all this death and stuff to everybody and grow very rich behind it. And they think there's nothing to pay. They think that when they die, they just die. It's over. But at least they've lived their life, you know, in riches and done everything they wanted to do to people. But they're going to soon find out that that's not the case. They're going to have to answer for every bit of it. Joel, chapter 2, verse 1 and 2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Most High comes, for it is nigh at hand. Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. a great people and a strong. There has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Excuse me. It's just letting you know that day has never been one like it, and it never will be again. You know, that this one will do it, because the Most High is angered. He is seeing all this wickedness. And as it was in the days when Noah was around, he said, you know, men's heart was just continually to do evil. And we see it really, I believe it's worse now than it was back then. It's just some wicked stuff going on. And we're seeing it firsthand. See, nobody's having to tell us about this, and we ain't having to read about it. We're looking at it. See, we're experiencing it. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7 and 8. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Most High of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. See, it said once again in Jeremiah, it said that day is so great, it's not going to be one like it. So even though we're tempted, sometimes, you know, Father, y'all, get this over with. You know, let's just go ahead and get this thing over with. You know, because people are wearied by it and tired, and I understand. But we can't let it make us pray for something that we may not really want to see. It's going to happen. But I don't think we should try to rush it. And we can pray for the Most High to fight against our enemies for us right now. You know, that let everything that they're trying to do backfire and fall upon them. See, we can do that. We can ask the Most High to avenge us of this evil that is being plotted against us, and to intervene in it. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. You know, once again, Daniel is telling us just how bad that day is going to be. So we probably, that's one we shouldn't be praying for. Let's see here. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. As Mashiach telling you. No, this is going to be real bad, family. He's letting his people know. You know, this is going to be bad. And I know we're anxious to get up out of here, family. I know we are. We've had to endure over 400 years of this mess. Revelation chapter 6, verse 12 through 17. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? See, all these wicked rulers, kings, presidents, and all this stuff, see, they're going to have to face that. See, they're not just going to die and that's the end. No. There's something in store from them that they just don't really believe yet. But they will. Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Wow. It's going to be pretty bad, family. Luke chapter 21, verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are come upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. See, family, some of us are going to see it. Some of us are going to actually still be here when these things happen. And the Most High is going to set us aside, or those who are alive, and protect them, but you're going to see this stuff happen. Scriptures say through much tribulation, shall we enter into the kingdom. So some of us going to see it. Some of us are going to get to see it. But it's just, I can't even imagine what's that like. The flood was one thing. Everybody knew they were going to drown because there wasn't no dry land for them to, to go to. But this is just going to be really awesome when you see the sky rolling back and the sun go dark and the moon and stars falling out the sky. It's wow. I can't even imagine. Psalms chapter 91, verse 5 through 8. And by the way, you can just read the whole book of Psalms. Psalms 91. Just read the whole thing. But we'll just read 5 and 8 now. Through 8 now. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked. See, it's telling you right there, some people going to see it. Their eyes are going to behold. 1,000 dropping on one side and 10,000 on another. Pestilence, everything. This is just only the tip of the iceberg we going through now, family, but it's fast increasing daily. You know, why they have you distracted watching other things and sports and these reality shows and all this stuff. They're steady working, and every day they come up with something else. You know, retailers in California have to start putting their boys' clothes and girl clothes together. They can't separate them no more. See, that kind of stuff, or they'll be fined. You know, they're trying to get us to accept anything that's outside of what the Most High's word say. That's the whole trick of it, to take as many people to hell with them. That's the whole truth of the matter. So this is why they keep coming up with everything. Now, we obey, as the scriptures say, the law of the land. But these laws that they're putting out now, you know, are some that we just can't obey. You know, it would be to our detriment to abide by them. Now, I know it's going to be trouble when you don't. But who would you rather be in trouble with? Man or the Most High? See, it's decision time. You need to start making that up in your mind now of what you're going to do. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called Elohim, or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. See, this is that false Christ. And we see remnants of his work now. You know, everything that the Most High say, he says the opposite. You know, everything is changing, you know, from the day of worship, you know, which is the Sabbath, and they're fast changing it to Sunday. And you're going to be treated as a heretic, just as it was in the Inquisition. You know, they're going to seek after us. But my thoughts, I just don't think the Most High is going to let them go too far with this. Because we've served our punishment, family. And therefore, we are not going to go back into another slavery. We've been in 7 major captivities. This, America being the 7th. And we all know that 7 is the number of completion to the Most High. So this is the 7th major captivity we've been in. I do not believe there's going to be another one. This is going to cause the Most High to act. And so we just going to have to remain stable, you know, in our belief and our faith, and not just not give in. It's nothing easy about this, family. And Mashiach never said it was going to be easy. You know, this is the things that he was telling his disciples. You know, they hated me, they going to hate you too. You know, they persecute me, they going to persecute you. So we just can look forward to that, family. But like I say, we can, you know, pray the prayers for the Most High to intervene, that these people's plan don't work. Now, prophecy is still going to happen. But this wickedness of trying to destroy the Most High's people, I just don't think that he's going to let that go through. At least those who are obedient and who trust him with their health and their lives. Now, those who have no trust and faith, they're going to run and do just what these people say do, and that's get that shot. And they'll pay for it for the rest of their lives. So let's read Psalm chapter 7, verse 15. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. See, these people are making a ditch for us, a pit. And I believe the Most High is going to let them fall into their own trap when it comes to us. Proverbs 26, verse 27, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. See, that's just a law that can't be broken. You know, you reap what you sow. You know, the Most High will not be mocked. Whatever a man sows, that's what he reaps. That is a law of the Most High. So y'all can build all the traps you want to and plan all the wickedness and death of the Most High's people, but it's going to come back on you. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 10, whoso causeth the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit, but the upright shall have good things in possession. See, these are the things that we need to pray for. Let's not get tempted to pray for the day of the Most High. I don't think that we want to see it. Not like that. We're going to see it, but let's not pray for it. You know, those of them that are still alive, they're going to see it. And it's just going to be terrible. Like Luke said, you know, men's heart going to fail. You know, just fear of the anger and the wrath, you know, of the Lamb. Wow. Psalms 57 and 6, they have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me, into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. See? And I tell you, family, a good book to read if you just want to see what we could say, and that's Psalms 109. You know, read the whole thing. See, that's what we can do. We can always pray for the Most High to intervene in this wickedness to protect his people, those that are obedient and trying to live to do his will. Now, if you're unrepentant, if you're not a believer, if you don't trust the Most High, you don't have faith in the Most High, then you got a lot of trouble ahead of you. But for those that love the Most High and put their complete life, health, welfare in his hand, then those are the ones he's going to come through for. That's the deal, family. That's it. That's the deal. You know, the scriptures tell you obedience is better than sacrifice. You know. So that's what we have to do in these days. We have to be obedient and steadfast. You know, we just can't give an inch in spite of the things that could happen. Now, that could happen. See, we can't live by on what might happen if we refuse to obey. We just need to obey and let the Most High take it from there. We just got to have faith and confidence in Him, that He will shield us from all harm from these people. So it's just a quick message I wanted to do today, family. Just let us know, no matter how tired we are and weary of all this stuff going on, and it's nerve-wracking. I mean, you can't turn on the television to watch the weather, and everything comes out their mouth is about this pestilence. That's all you hear all day long. It's nerve-wracking. So, a lot of believers, they're about ready to ask the Most High to go ahead and close this chapter out. And I know it's tempting to do that, but let's not do it. We have to be real careful what we pray for, because you may not like it if He actually does it. Okay? He hears His people crying out. He hears us. Just as He heard them in ancient Egypt. He heard them crying, and he came to them and delivered them. And so we're crying out now. So He's hearing us, and He's going to deliver us. He's the same today, yesterday, and forever. He has not changed. So we just need to stay in prayer, stay in faith, and just prepare yourselves for whatever we may have to go through. Just be ready for it. Prepare yourself. Make sure you can eat. Make sure you can have water, power sources, because they're going to pull out all the stops to force this pestilence shot on you. They're going to pull out all the stops, if you own any kind of public assistance, they're going to threaten it. Your job, they're going to threaten it. You need to travel, no, you can't. And just like what's happening over there in Israel, you're going to have some kind of bracelet or ID or some kind of card saying that you've been vaccinated. Okay? And they're already beginning to make differences between the people who has got the jab and who not. Oh, well, we'll open up the sports arena, and those who have gotten the jab, they can go. They can congregate in small groups, and hang out. See, they making those people special because they got it. They're going to look at you like you're a traitor. See, they giving them those little benefits, although they still have to wear a mask. But see, they're making differences in it now. All right? So just keep your eye on them, family. Do not go to sleep. Not for a second. Not even a quick nap. Stay awake. Watch them closely. Because I'm telling you, every single day, something is changing. Okay? Okay, family. Most High willing, I'll talk to you again soon. Shalom.